Will, the Kill Chope, what's going on, man? Welcome back to the show.
Yo, what's up, John? How you been?
Good, good, man. I always like to say, man, Will, always good to talk to Will. You know why? Because Will is the first person I've ever interviewed back in the day in Korea in that
History.
hotel.
Asian
OG.
MMA history right here.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you're making a lot of history, man, throughout the years, and you keep going. Let's talk about first is Fight Bros, man. You're in Phuket right now. Before the interview, you were sitting in the store. Let's talk about that. The process of opening that store.
So I've been sponsored by the company of Fibro. It's a Chinese company, but the guy he's like a Chinese American. Lived in America like 10 years. He went back to China. He makes cages, rings, like anything combat sports related, mat surfaces, rash guards, like everything. But anyways, he sponsored me like about 5 years ago, and like he's been my only ongoing sponsor actually. And and then we've done like some work before, like where I went to China for him and stuff. And like over the years, we like have a pretty good working relationship. And he was wanting to open a store in Phuket and like more aggressively expand his brand, especially this year. And just I just so happen to have a Thai wife, so so that makes things really easy and convenient, especially like legally because you have to have a like if you're a foreigner have a business and you have to have a Thai partner. And yeah, so it made sense. And so yeah, we literally just opened the store Monday. That's why I'm late for this interview is because I was running around doing some shit. So sorry about that.
It's all good.
But yeah.
It's great to see, man, that you're expanding. In the business world, your portfolio, right?
Yo, I don't want to though. I just want to be a stupid like grunt fighter, but like three kids and a wife, like I gotta be like more stable and I have to be like responsible. That shit, responsibility sucks, dog.
Yeah, it does, man. It does.
But it's all right. That shit, like, it helps like the finances, and we got something like more stable now, so that's good. So, and even like what we've just opened Monday, and like already the store sales are like doing pretty good. Like, I mean, maybe it's just opening luck or something, but yeah, we haven't done any marketing or advertising, so like, yeah, hopefully it's gonna be good. But I just hope it doesn't take too much time away from training. Like that's like well, that's what I'm scared of. I'm like, man, I'm always scared to do like commit to anything or commit to any one gym at any place or be a full time coach because I'm always scared it's gonna take away from my training and like my performance because I'm still young. Like I turn 29 next month. I was like, man, I got at least 6 7 years of my prime left. Like at least I
Yeah.
hope. So like technically our prime ends at 36. So but man, so I want to be fighting like strong until I'm 40, ideally. And after 40, I'd like to be like settled down. But I don't know. I still got shit that I want to accomplish fighting. I just hope this all these other little things don't fuck it up.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. I think Fight Bros, man, it's growing pretty quickly. I've noticed it, I've noticed more people wearing Fight Bros around the scene. So when more people are wearing it, the brand is growing, man. So hopefully
Yeah,
everything works out for you, and that store is in a perfect location, man, because everybody's like, it's not just fighters that are going down there to train. People don't understand. It's people
yeah,
from all over the place just going down there to just kind of hang out and get into fitness, and maybe they might put on some gloves, and they love to spend money. So why not spend it at that store?
yeah. Like man, a lot of people don't know Phuket is like the number one fitness training destination in the world as far as like tourists. Like even that road, like it's funny when you're in Phuket, you're like, oh, I'm coming to Thailand, but then you go on the road and you look around, 80% of the people you see are like foreigners. They're
Yeah.
all tourists or people just trying to like, yeah, on a 2 week or 1 month vacation, spending money. So yeah, hopefully, yeah, it's gonna be good. So cross some
Well, it
fingers.
all works out, man. You can get ready for your upcoming fight, and in any of those gyms there. Where are you working mostly? Are you working at a Muay Thai gym, or are you working at a MMA gym right now to get prepare yourself for
um,
your next fight?
I train like jujitsu and boxing at Tiger Muay Thai, and then I do Muay Thai like these little gyms, and then I'll drop in random gyms for MMA sparring. Same thing, like is I don't want to commit to like one gym and sign a contract, and like I argue like it's one thing if like for example if I'm a sponsored fighter at Tiger and Tiger organizes my fights, that's one thing. I give them a percentage. They're the one who got me the fights, but like I get all my own contacts, and anytime I could like stay at a gym for a little bit, all of a sudden the owners, because they give me free training, they expect me to help the other fighters get fights. I'm supposed to help with this, and I'm supposed to pay a percent. So I'm like, man, you guys are just trying to like take my contacts and then like and not even be grateful. And then I'm supposed to act pretend, and then you guys want me to be grateful to you guys, you know? And I'm like giving you guys advertisement as well. Of course, I need training. I respect the trainers, and I can't get ready for a fight without trainers and teammates and stuff. But yeah, I got my boys at Tiger, so I go train with my boys, and I train at these little gyms, get my pad work with the Thai trainers I like, and I'll drop in for sparring. We'll see how it goes. So I just
Yeah,
got
man.
back from Phuket, and
You can't be
so
a manager, man, and a fighter at the same time. Especially, what you got on your plate. You have to take care of your family too. Would that just be crazy?
nah, well, it's and like, but it's not even just like, but if I'm at a gym, like, man, all these fighters ask me for help them get fights or get contacts, but it's like, yo, what do I get out of it, guys? Like,
Mhm.
if I like you, if you're my, hey, to the guys out there that I've actually talked to, and that if you're my boy and I'm a fan or I like you, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the hundreds of other people who ask me to help them get fights that I barely even know. I've not even had a Facebook conversation. And their first Facebook conversation is them asking me for a fight or some shit. Like those guys, you're like, fuck you. You go find your own
Yeah.
contacts. Go do your shit by yourself. To fight, and you guys don't even want to give me like 10%. And if I got to go get 10%, like if I had when I used to manage fighters back in the day, bro, I would like as far as other managers, the standard is about 15 to 20%, and I take 10%, and 10% of $1,000 is only $100. And if I'm like having to bug you like for weeklies, like for weeks after your fight to give me $100, like yo, the juice is not worth the squeeze. So yeah, I don't know. So I just don't want to do it, you know. So
Yeah. Let's talk about,
I sound like
we
a
were
dick
just
right
talking
now.
about. Yeah, 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 yeah. But it is
I don't
reality
mean to be.
though. It's a
But
reality
like, man,
though.
I've been in this scene for a long time, and like, everybody thinks they're just gonna, they'll just message, like, I'm just gonna message me on Facebook, but I got like all these other people messaging me that like I'm not gonna just jump people up on priority. I'm gonna look after my friends, my boys, and like teammates, training partners, and those guys I'll try to help out and I don't even want anything to help out my friends, but and I do help out my friends, but as far as these random people I don't know, it's like, hey, sorry guys, like go do
Yeah,
it by yourself. Like I did it
I
by
could,
myself. There's no reason you can do it by yourself.
because you're doing a lot of things. You got the Fight Bros thing going on, and then now you got a title fight, man. Like, how did that happen? How did you hook up
Oh,
with if I want to know about promotions that I don't want to know about, I just follow you. I just check out like what's Will doing, like where is Will fighting next, because he'll just be fighting at some promotion that you probably never heard of before. In between fights where he's fighting for bigger promotions, and you'll be like, oh, this is going on now with you. Your next fight is at German MMA Championship, and you're fighting for the lightweight title. How did that happen? How did you connect with them?
oh, man, I just got a random message because the guy, Haman Grabinski or Marcel Grabinski, whatever. Yeah, he's a tough veteran. He's 17 wins, 5 loss record. He was originally going to fight somebody else, I guess, and that guy, I guess, pulled out, injury or whatever reason he pulled out. And so they asked me like basically on a month notice if I would take that fight. I was like, okay, like yeah, no problem. So I was like, yeah, so I signed right away and said yes, and then yeah, so I'm going to fucking Cologne, Germany. And what's funny is like I'm Asia will to kill, but like this year I've been in Europe a lot. I already fought twice in the UK for BKB, fought in Italy, and now I'm going to be in Germany. So I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool. Like, feel like my career shifting a little bit, especially as like the farther I draw away from ONE FC and ONE FC's like network, because ONE FC really is kind of taking over Southeast Asian MMA, unfortunately. But yeah, it is what it is, and there's really not a lot of promotions going on in Southeast Asia. Not at least not like it was like 5 6 years ago. There's a lot more promotions in Asia, and yeah, so because of that, I've been going to Europe and looking at other avenues, really pursuing Lethwei and BKB bare knuckle boxing as well, and I've been trying to get BKFC or get another BKB fight as well. So yeah, And what's funny is these European promotions, I haven't actually went out and talked to them. They actually messaged me. Yeah, all three times it was them contacting me. So yeah, it's kind of chill.
It's, I think a lot of people can learn from like what you're doing, like just taking fights in all different disciplines, because the reason why I say that is because a lot of these guys would just want to take MMA fights. But
Yeah,
you shouldn't do that. You should take any fight. You should go box. You should go do jujitsu. You should go do kickboxing, because at the end of the day, all that stuff is going to be useful when you do actually step into that MMA cage.
yeah. And I always tell these guys who have been in Phuket for a while, and they're looking for MMA fights. They're like, man, I've been here a year, I haven't had a fight. I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean you haven't had a fight? I was like, dude, you can go fight Muay Thai next weekend, like, or in 1 or 2 weeks. Like, why don't you fight Muay Thai? And it's like, oh man, I don't want the pays this, and that. And I'm like, yo, it's every fight is an investment in your career, and every fight is a resume builder. That's another credential, you know. And like, what? You're in Thailand and you're not going to fight Muay Thai. And if you do fight a couple fights of Muay Thai, so like you haven't been busy in MMA, so you fight 2 or 3 Muay Thai fights, make yourself a cool little video, some clips, that make a highlight reel out of those little videos, especially you kick the guy's ass, and then boom, you use that to promote yourself and try to get your MMA fights. Like that's what I did when I first came here in 2010. Man, I fought a bunch of Muay Thai fights, and fuck, 2011, my MMA record was shit, but I kept fighting a bunch. I had like 20 Muay Thai fights, and man, I used that to talk to promoters. I was like, oh, I have this many Muay Thai fights. I'm doing this. I'm fighting every other week. Like, yo, I want to fight. And then eventually promoters like, all right, I'll give this weird, tall, lanky guy a chance. Like he seems down. He did just fight 2 weeks ago, so fuck, why not have him on my show in like a month or whatever? And like fighters really need to learn how to promote themselves and not expect the gym. The gym is not going to always do it for you, or your managers aren't going to do it for you. They're going to go after the most whoever they have signed or at their gym or whatever. They're going to go after the most lucrative guy, and that's the guy they're going to promote. The guys who get the most, like Tiger Muay Thai, for example, is going to spend more time promoting UFC fighters and rising fighters, even one championship fighters, than like guys fighting on smaller shows. And if you want to be one of those guys fighting on, to get to that big stage, you take these little steps, and that might be fighting Muay Thai, or that might be fighting K1, but money's money, So
Yeah, man, especially in Thailand, what I mean, where you could kind of get more bang for your buck while you're there, what I mean, like as in, like the cost of living is lower than it would be anywhere, and especially in like say like Singapore, or because you lived in Singapore, you lived in
yeah,
Malaysia. Those
I was
countries
literally,
compared,
li-
yeah.
yeah, I was literally just in Singapore. It was like so crazy the cost of living, like how expensive a meal is compared to here to there. So yeah,
Yeah, but
it's rough.
I think that's why you don't really see many fighters that are really based out of Singapore unless you're backed by a major gym.
Yeah, or unless you're local Singaporean.
Yeah,
But if you're a
yeah.
foreigner, like it's hard. Like yeah, you gotta be. Yeah, it's fucking hard, man. But also too, like in these Muay Thai fights here, they pay 6,000 or 7,000 baht. That's a little $200, or maybe sometimes a little more than $200. People, I'm not gonna fight Muay Thai with elbows for $200, but I'm like, yo, my rent is $250 a month. My rent in USD. I pay 7,500 baht for my rent, uh, which with my utilities is roughly 250 a month. So if I go fight Muay Thai, my rent's covered. So if you start thinking of it in those terms, instead of like actual US dollar, or how much you're making in euro or British pound or whatever, you start thinking, oh, I'm fighting and that pays my rent. Like how much is your rent in America, or in England or wherever else? Like probably like $1,000 or over $1,000. Like if you're making that money in an MMA fight, you're like, oh, that's all right, that's pretty good. But if you're in America, that just pays your rent. Like you get the same from these Muay Thai fights here, but you gotta change your lifestyle. You can't live like a tourist. You gotta live like a Thai, and it's really how bad do you really want it. Like I feel like a lot of guys come here and they don't really want it. Like shit. I've been. I start ranting when I talk to you, bro. I start rambling and ranting. I
Well,
don't mean
you
to. I'm
know,
sorry.
I think that you should start doing like posts about that. I think fighters need to hear that. Not just fighters in Phuket or in Thailand or even in Southeast Asia. I think that fighters all around the world need to understand like the mentality that you need to have in the beginning of your career. And you're not even in the beginning of your career, but you kind of have that mentality of someone in the beginning of their career, right? And you're
So
still
I'm
pushing.
like, until you're in the UFC making like what, 6 figures, like, hell, I'm at the beginning of my career. Like, because really, man, you're making a few $1,000s for your fights. Maybe you get like on these bigger shows, and if you do fight like if you fight like a big show, like even Battlefield paid pretty well. They paid those guys late, but some of those guys got paid really well. Some guys in one championship get paid well. Some guys in Rising get paid really well. But yeah, you might fight Rising what 2 times a year. But if you're not in one of those big shows making that kind of money, you're only going to be making a few $1,000s. So even if I'm 113 fights in, man, I still only make a few $1,000s every fight, you know. And until I start making 6 figures, I feel like I'm at the beginning of my career, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm not making 6 figures, guys. I'm making enough to live okay. I live an upper middle class life by Thailand standards, like, or even by Western standards. I'll say my life is upper middle class, like, and which I'm pretty happy with that. I got 3 kids and a wife, and can support them doing what I'm doing. So it's all right. It's not too bad. If I was single, my life would be crazy.
Yeah, yeah. That excess income, huh?
Oh, it would be retarded. I would probably like my career would be destroyed. It would be derailed. My kids keep me like sane, you know, and keep me like
Yeah.
grounded. So,
Yeah,
uh,
that's why I like talking to you too, man, is that you keep it real with like everything that you're saying. There's no like a filter of like, this is what they want to hear. You're saying it like it should be, and a lot of fighters, I believe that they need to hear that cuz they do want to kind of like live that Instagram life, like as a fighter.
yeah. So back in the day, me and Mark Striegel, we're not really friends now. We're not cool now. So but we used to be really close. But he used to say anything he posts on Facebook or Instagram, he got to be like the Asian GSP. Everything he comes out very like well thought, well said, you know. And I'm just like, I can't live like that though. I can't like, people are gonna see the real me. They don't like me, they don't like me, whatever. If they like me, cool. But I just can't fucking be fake all the time. That's honestly why I can't play the game. It's probably why I'll never fight for one championship, because I say what's on my mind too much, and if something bothers me, I tell people, and yeah, that's probably bad. I'd be wealthier if I could just play the game better, but I just can't. That's why I'll never be a politician. So, fuck, yeah. What can I say?
Everybody has their path, man. Everybody has
Yeah.
they got to find what works for them, and this is what works for you, especially in your career. And I'm thinking, man, that eventually this is all going to lead to some big payday. You don't even know where it's going to come from because like you have your hand in so many different like promotions and like even in like countries, you know what I mean? Like you have so many connections where you never know what's gonna come, what fight will come and bring you some big cash. So it's gonna, I think it's gonna come for you, man. And you're yeah, you just mentioned you're turning 29. People probably think you're like 45.
Yeah, I think on Fight Matrix, my fight age is like the 40s. That's
Yeah.
not even that's only my MMA fights. It's not even considering my like IK1 and everything else. But
Yeah.
which I thought was funny. I was like, man, I hope they don't consider this other shit. I'd be like 50 on that shit. But no, yeah, like I know I got like 5 6 years. I'm not like 5 6 like good years. Like I said, my prime left, and I'm still just gonna fight as much as I can, as much as my body will allow. I'm gonna do it. And I like living this lifestyle. I like traveling. I like training in different places, and fuck, it's fun. Like I never get bored really. Like fuck it. If I'm in Thailand a few months and I do start like starts to get too repetitive, it's like, oh boom, I'm in Singapore or I'm in Taiwan, and I don't know. It's always like a nice change of pace. So I can't complain too much.
Yeah,
So
man. Well, like I said, you have your hands in so many different countries and so many different promotions where you're allowed that, and I think you did a great job. That's what I'm saying. You should be doing tutorials like teaching these youngsters like what they need to do, you know,
teaching
because you're
these
still a
youngsters, I'm
youngster in a
29.
way.
I'm
You're still a youngster in a
29.
way.
Yeah, but talking to them like I'm old, like I'm a Dan Henderson or something, like I'm an
Yeah.
old veteran. And man, it is funny though. There's some guys here in Tiger that treat me like old veterans. I'm like, yo, you're 24. I'm like, yo, we're We're almost the same age. Not that much older than you, motherfucker. They make me feel old though. I think it's because I have too many kids. I got 4 kids. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
29 with 4 kids. That's ridiculous. It's
Going
all right.
going back to the Lethwei stuff, man. It seems like Lethwei is growing, dude. Like it's on
Oh yeah.
UFC Fight Pass now. The
Yeah,
the
the WLC
WLC,
show
right?
is doing well.
And
They're doing the
I
right.
saw
Like
that
they're
Dave was sponsored by Fight Bros. I think he was wearing the shorts.
no Fight Bro sponsors WLC, so they
Oh,
sponsor
okay.
the WLC show. So all the fighters have to wear Fight Bro shorts. That's cool.
Okay,
I don't think
okay.
he's actually. Yeah, for sure. Dave has his own sponsors that are giving him
Yeah.
way more. But
Dave is
whatever. He
doing
has.
his thing. He's doing his thing
Yeah,
out there.
yo, he's killing it, man. What's
Yeah.
what's crazy is that I kind of knew him when he first got sponsored at Tiger, and yeah, man, he's like in such a short time. Like that guy's made like went through Lethwei and became the
Yeah.
face of the entire sport as a foreigner is
Yeah.
incredible. You know, like he's like the like Buakaw. He like how Buakaw is the Muay Thai. That's him to Lethwei, and he's fucking Canadian. Like how crazy is that? You know?
But yeah, it's another level, man. Like you're
Yeah,
not even from that country. You just went in there and like it was like the takeover in a way. You just blew up. And yeah, his life is a movie, man. Like you could make a movie when he's done with his career.
yo, for
Of like
sure he's
what he
going to.
did.
Yeah, that dude's so smart, and yeah,
Yeah.
they're so good at like marketing. I guarantee he's working on something. Like he just did the Amazing Race. Like
Yeah.
for sure he's gonna do something else, and or he's some. There's like 2 or 3 things going on in that fool's life right now when nobody
Yeah.
knows about yet. We'll find
Yeah.
out 6 months later. I'm a
Yeah,
fan.
definitely, man.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Dave. And I already said all these motherfuckers. They see me doing Lethwei because me and Dave are roughly the same height. I'm like, yo, fuck you guys. That guy walks around at 90 kilos. I'm like barely 80. I'm like, yo, fuck. It's not my weight class. I'm avoiding Dave like the plague. I'm
Yeah.
saying it, guys. Yo, fuck you. I fight at my weight class. I can still make 70. My next fight's at 70 kilos. That fool can't make 70. All right, guys?
Yeah.
Leave me alone. Stop fighting Dave Leduc. Not doing it.
Yeah,
uh,
man. Like when I see guys like Dave Leduc, I see I always look at it as like go find your lane, go find what you can do, search for it because you never know. The UFC one championship is not for everybody. And you can make money, man. It's not like, if at the beginning of your career, I believe if you think like you're going to become a multi-millionaire, um you need to go get a reality check, right? Many times, right? Because the
yeah.
percentage of that happening is not even close to possible, right? So like you gotta find the best way. You gotta start like experimenting, I guess. You know what I mean? Instead of just thinking like I'm gonna go fight for the UFC.
Yeah. No, I mean, even like right now, the top like five, what, maybe five or even top, let's say top 10. Top 10 fighters, highest paid fighters in the UFC right now are maybe the millionaires. Everybody else that is not top 10 are not. And even if you make 100 grand in your fight, man, how much of that is going to taxes? How much of that's going to your gym, your trainers, your managers? Like that's not a lot of money, guys. Like especially if you're only fighting like twice a year or 3 times a year. Ah, yeah, you're right, bro. I need to start making videos about this, like about fight economics.
Yeah.
Like I feel like real fight economics needs to be talked about. Every now and then, there's like random articles about it, but nobody really talks about it heavily or talks like tutorials or explaining to fighters like who actually want to take this as a career path. And
Yeah,
anyway,
man. I think you should do it, man. I think once like when you're thinking about it, just pick pick up your phone and just start rambling about like this one aspect of fight economics, and then just catalog it. You don't have to release it,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And then later on maybe somebody will help you like edit it and make it look a little bit more presentable, and there you go,
yeah.
voila. You never know what could happen with that. I think that's important, man. Like I don't no one's doing that. You don't see Conor McGregor doing that shit because he don't care about that. He don't care about, you
Uh,
know, what everybody
he's gonna
else is
become a
thinking.
billionaire with his whiskey.
Yeah. Yeah. As we're speaking.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
So,
Fuck. Yeah.
hey man,
Kudos to your
it's always good catching up to you, man. With you. You got a title fight coming up soon. You're getting ready. You got, the Fight Pro stuff. It's always good to see you moving forward and hopefully, man, you get that title and you bring it back to Asia, man. That'll be cool,
Well,
man. That'll be
open.
fun.
Show them making Germany MMA great again.
Yeah, yeah, from Thailand.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well,
All right.
you bring that belt back, man. We'll do the interview with the belt, the strap over your shoulder, man. That'll be fun.